Good day to you. I thought I would show you how I came about to make this cute little gift card holder with the attached tiny envelope. My husband's birthday is December 27th, so I am going to make a birthday gift card holder for him. So you start with a piece of cardstock that measures 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. Then you score it at 2 1/8 on each end. And then you fold them into the middle. So they match nicely in the middle. Finish them with your bone folder. Okay, and then you're going to score diagonally, and I'm going to take my scoring tool and just run it down so I know exactly which groove I need to be in with each corner. And score it diagonally like so. Turn it and do the opposite corner the same way. Okay, that's done. So when I open it, I have a triangle on each flap. So I'm going to trim these triangles off at the score line with my paper snips. Okay, so this is what I'm going to end up with. I'm going to make sure my flaps are at the top and bottom. Next, you need a piece of the same cardstock. This piece measures 4 inches by 3 inches, and the matching designer paper, which comes from Modern Medley, is 1/4 of an inch smaller on each, so that makes it 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. So I'm simply going to glue this piece on to my top. And then this piece is going to sit on top like this. So what I'm going to do is simply make a line with my bone folder so I know where to put the glue. That's important. You don't want to glue it right to the bottom of this piece here. So see that line that I made? So I will glue this piece on. So my outer cover is done. Now you need a place for your insert to stop, so I'm going to insert a brad. So with my Stampin' Pierce mat, I'm going to put a hole where I want my brad to go, approximately 1/2 inch up from the edge. Insert my brad. And I want to messy it up a little bit, so I'm going to take a candy dot in black to put in the middle of my black brad, and it's easy to pick them up just with the points of your paper snips. Okay, that's done. Next step is I cut a piece of coordinating designer paper, again from Modern Medley, which measures 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 to match the back, and that will also cover up the brad legs. Carefully place it so I have a nice edge and my brad legs are covered up. Okay, so that's part one. Now this is the insert. So our insert piece measures, your cardstock measures 4.5 inches by 4, and my coordinating designer paper measures 4.25 inches by 3 3/4. So I don't want to glue that yet. Next, I want a piece of ribbon. I'm using the 1/8 basic black taffeta ribbon to make my puller, we'll call it. And I'm going to attach the ribbon with some sticky strip to make sure that it stays in place. So I'm just going to fold it in half like so. Put it approximately 1/2 inch in and cover that with my sticky strip. And then I am going to apply my designer paper to that. You don't want that piece on there. Okay. There we go. Now I wanted a really sweet, because it's for my husband, I wanted to do a really sweet greeting. So I'm using the You Make Me Happy sentiment that comes from the Hello Lovely stamp set. And I'm going to stamp that in Bermuda Bay. And I like to use the lines on my grid paper to make sure that I'm going to stamp my greeting straight. Okay, and then I'm simply going to trim this down. To fit. Okay, now I could just attach the gift card to this, but I thought putting it in a small envelope would be better. So I'm going to use the envelope punch board and make an envelope that will fit a 2 by 3.5 inch gift card size. So you need to cut your paper 5 inches by 5 inches square. And your first punch and score line is going to happen at 2 inches. It's right there on the board for you. And I always do my score line from the bottom up. So I'm going to do this all the way around, matching my first score line with this point. Punch and whoop and score. I'll proceed to put this guy together. Don't like the way that end turned out, but I'm going to cover that up. If you make a boo-boo, you can always cover it up, which is the awesome thing. I chose not to do the rounded corners on this. And then I'm simply going to attach my sweet greeting to my husband with some Stampin' Dimensionals. on the flap of the envelope. Oops, I want this to be straight. And then I'm going to attach this guy to my insert. Again, I like to line it up with the line so I get things reasonably straight. Okay, so my insert is ready. Slips nicely inside and the brad serves as a stopper. Okay, now I need a greeting for the front, so I am using the happy birthday birthday wishes, sorry, which comes from the For You set, which has some pretty awesome greetings in it. And I cut my piece of Very Vanilla 2 3/4 inches long by 5 inches wide to fit the greeting precisely. And again, I use my grid paper to line everything up to make it as straight as possible. Oh, talk about lucky. There we go. And I am going to simply attach this with 2 Stampin' Dimensionals. Right in the middle. And there we go, all ready to go.